let's look at this description again to see whether we can draw the entity relationship diagram. So we have the game entity, and of course we have the player entity. Now, the game has many players. We're going to write it like this. So the game has many players. One game has more than one player. The player can purchase weapons. So first of all, the player, let's say, owns, and this is the entity weapon. So again, one player owns more than one weapon, and also the player purchases weapons from a weapon store. So therefore, a weapon store has or contains weapons. So this is again M and 1. And notice here how we refine the relationship name as we're going through and as we're progressing with our design. So a weapon store contains weapons, and the player will buy weapons from a weapon store. So the player maybe visits a weapon store. One player will visit one weapon store. Now we're saying also that the warrior or the player has achieved a number of experience points. These are attributes of the player. Other warriors may want to join their army. So clearly the player has an army. But also, so one player has one army, but also a player, that is other players, for example, can join this army. So we're going to put something like this. And many players can join one army. And here we see that, for example, we can have different types of relationships between these entities, not necessarily referring to the same class or object. And this is where the refinement from this entity relationship diagram to specific classes and associated behaviors is important.